is. Guessing that's just better than the other one. Okay. Let the fun begin. Alright, good start. Yep. I don't understand how I can block that, but still get hit. Oh, I had my finger on the button, but something went wrong. Yep, cringe. I got stuck in place. Like, I think I was locked in the recovery from having my guard broken. I decided a faster weapon would be ideal here because it just seems like anything else and I'm lucky to get a hit in. And then I actually decided to look up stance mechanics in this accursed game. It was too early. Like, why does the game subject me to this cringe? For real though, why am I subjected to the cringe of like, well, here's this attack from a mile away that happens at the start of every fight and you just have to deal with. In this case, it has 2 hitboxes apparently. And we'll have this enormous fucking boar have no recovery time on its attacks either. See, like, I don't understand. Is it supposed to do that? Like, is that an unintentional feature of the fight where he can just slide behind you and get a hit, or is that intentional? Because I don't, if that's intentional, I don't think he should be able to jerk his body around like that, because then it just sets you up for failure. Like the second hitbox there does. It has less recovery time on its different attacks than poking it with a spear a single time. That's the state of this game, and people love it. I guess they also enjoy getting their balls crushed, but it is what it is, man. I also learned during the charge attack that boar, well, the boss in general, is entirely immune to damage. I found that out on accident because I primed the Glintblade Phalanx one attempt off stream, and I watched it just go right through the fucking boss. I hit the wrong button. I guess I'm just on tilt now. I'm just doing random ass shit. Classic. I need to roll a different direction. Classic. Like, they'll do this random ass shit where it's just running around. They'll do this random shit where it's just running around, and then the moment I decide it's safe to heal, it lunges at me from like fucking 10 character attack distances. Which has to just be input reading, because the rate that that happens is astonishing. You'd think they would have learned from like old school arcade games that input reading is actually diseased game design. The only reason I'm using a shield is because stance uh, guard counters, whatever they're called, do more stance damage. So for the few attacks that I'm actually able to do it without being punished instantly, it should be good. Yep. A single moment to rest? Well, never mind. They're just attacking. They'll do the full combo and then in a half a second later they're ready to go. I attack once and lose a third of my life for it, or worse. Yep. But this is mostly warming up because I
don't have high expectations as is.
me rolling that third time too early got me killed. It's weird, we started by being able to dodge every hit perfectly, and now it's just gone to shit. Hey man, thank you for the follow. I don't think I need to roll there. But bear safe than sorry. Once again, we put our guard up and take damage anyway. I really need to be able to dodge the charge. There's apparently a cheesy way of doing it by summoning Torrent, but then it's just like a different way of perfectly timing the dodge, so I don't think that really matters. Fuck me. Could have been okay. We dodged the charge, I think, but kind of just went to shit immediately after. I think I needed to just drink the flask, the physic first, and not summon like Moonblade Phalanx. So fucking stupid, man. Nice. I kind of feel like this is a fight where you're damned if you do and damned if you don't. And what I mean by that is, because of how far the boss can travel with basically everything it does, you would think to lock on, but if you lock on, then the charge becomes harder to dodge because it forces the camera into a specific avenue. That was too early. What? Oh god, he has a phase 2. What the fuck is this? Just summons more of the meteors. that was our best attempt yet, even off stream. I never saw the phase 2 before. I didn't know we had one. Uh, Once again, me being a spastic and rolling a third time on impulse got me killed. I'll stop fucking that up eventually. Yep. It's unfathomably cringe. Wasn't sure what it was doing. I mean, that started horribly, so I don't think we would have made it to the second phase in any good condition. Yep, nice track.
The boy knows what direction I want to roll before I do.
hit twice, I think. Alright. Yep.
Fuck me.
Because why wouldn't it just give itself brain damage slamming its head into the ground twice in a row? Decide to heal, immediately get charged. Man, it would be so much nicer if my controller didn't have a broken button. So I could do these guard counters without having to mash the fucking
Broken button 3 times.
I hit the heavy attack button 10 times running here and it didn't trigger once. That's what I mean. So it's like guard counters are technically the best thing I could do here for just stance breaking the boss. But it only works like if I hit the button as hard as I fucking can with my hands. Okay then. Like, what is this shit? Like, did they forget to use other attacks? Is that the only thing it knows how to do? attack 5 times. Fuck. Got him. Disgusting creature. So quite literally the only reason I leveled that weapon up, is for that one fight. Because I knew I needed something faster than either of my other two weapons. Honestly, in the second phase, a Death Poker might have actually been really good. Because the second phase has a lot of attacks that the boss stays grounded, at least momentarily. Yeah, I did also find out that this was an optional boss. I made a point of not trying to learn anything that would have trivialized it. I just wanted to do something that would have alleviated the burden somewhat. I do think guard counters made a difference, but I don't know. It is what it is. So yeah, this is our reward. 5 scatter tree fragments. That is one thing I did learn, was about those fragments. Otherwise, that was the only point in fighting that fucking horrible boss. I did find out there is something at the specimen storehouse that I need to find. I'm assuming it's further up. So I guess that is my next destination. But might as well use those fragments. We're now at a minimum of 56% damage mitigation. Surely that will make a difference. Surely I'm not going to just continue to get the shit beat out of me. Alright. I think I have to get used to using the death poker again after so long. I mean, granted those guys are annoying, but I played that like a degenerate. Horse ahead. I think I got the item here. Yeah, because I think when I got here I dropped down onto that. How do I actually interact with that? Am I supposed to just jump? Oh, there's a platform. Who doesn't love jumping puzzles in Souls games? Yeah, I was mostly sure I didn't need to jump on that, but I was curious if there was an item.
By my lord, will I ever make sense of this jumble?
Well, there is a point to go down there, but I think that's somewhere we've been. So I think this is somewhere I've been. Maybe not. Maybe it was just another strange looking bridge.
By my lord, will I ever make sense of this jumble?
This is
Ominous. Dark chamber entrance.
I'm about to have a horrible time, aren't I? This is who I think it is, isn't it? I think it.
Mongrel intruder.
Oh my god, it is. Alright, let's see.
That tarnished, it seemeth. Mother, wouldst thou truly lordship sanction in one so bereft of light? Yet, my purpose standeth unchanged. Those stripped of the grace of gold shall all meet death. In the embrace of Messmer's flame.
Okay. Good start.
So restricted the grace of gold shall meet
Alright, man.
in the embrace of Messmer's flame.
So I'm pretty sure a good amount of the damage here is fire. I only have one of the fire negation talismans, but I don't know if it's better than the +3 Pearl Drake. Technically speaking, but by less than 3%. Give it a try, I guess. What about this? And my fire resistance is pretty much as good as it can be for the most part. I could equip that, but then I'm overburdened. I could, however, make fleas. I could use a physic, maybe, but right, forgot about the explosion. This game loves anime bullshit.
So stripped of the grace of gold.
Well, at least I
shall
hit him
meet
this time.
death in the embrace of Messmer's flame.
I should hold off on using the dried livers, though. Since I don't really know what those attacks are. Doesn't make sense to just waste the consumables.
in the embrace of Messmer's flame.
So, unfortunately for me, I'm fairly certain this is not an optional fight, unlike the last two bosses we faced. Really.
Those stripped of the grace of gold shall all be dead, in the embrace of Messmer's flame.
I need to just learn the attacks. But it's just like everything's a big combo, so if I fuck up, I just die. So fights are just like guaranteed to last a few seconds at best. Almost dodged it. So, from the look of it, that I just dodge into him, because that has tracking. Despite him just throwing fire around, it has tracking. Unless I'm just unlucky and rolled into every single hit, but I don't think that would happen. I mean, it very well could, but...
Those stripped of the grace of gold shall all be dead, in the embrace of Messmer's flame. Of gold shall all be dead, in the embrace of Messmer's flame.
Aside from just lowering my damage to just throw my excess intelligence and stuff into just more defensive stats, there isn't really anything I can do here besides get good.
Of gold shall all be dead, in the embrace of Messmer's.
If I was quicker to heal, I might have survived, but I keep forgetting that he has the stab attack at the in that. I guess because I died to everything else, I just don't see it as much. maybe another hit. Like, I couldn't even see with the way the camera was.
In the embrace of Messmer's
Game's like, yeah, the optimal place to put the camera is right up the tarnished ass. Like, alright, sure, that's how it feels playing this game, but it do be like that sometimes.
of gold shall all be dead. In the embrace of Messmer's flame.
I was pretty confident there was another attack coming, which is why I kept rolling, but my timing off on it was like 2 seconds short.
The grace of gold shall all be dead. In the embrace of Messmer's flame.
I just had to be patient. Because I keep anticipating the hits, so I'll roll, and then I anticipate poorly because I guess I'm not an intelligent person in real life.
The grace of gold shall all be dead. In the embrace of Messmer's flame.
I do know that Messmer is one of the harder bosses in the DLC, so like that's why I'm not blaming the game too much. I don't think I should have gotten hit there, but I guess it's possible I was just I was off the explosion, but maybe there's a larger hitbox since the spheres technically are wider. Like,
in the embrace of Messmer's flame.
I just get too shot. And it's not like my scatter tree level is low either. That's what I mean. It's just nothing I do makes a difference as far as survivability.
The grace of gold shall all be dead. In the embrace of Messmer's flame.
I did good dodging some of the hits, but I also mistimed a lot of my rolls. That time I'm not sure what actually hit me.
In the embrace of Messmer's flame.
That time I genuinely don't know what I got hit by because there were no none of those spears around where I was actually hurt. Maybe that was a textural bug, I don't know. Fuck.
Those stripped of the grace of gold shall all meet death in the embrace of Messmer's flame.
Yeah, like, I don't understand that. Fuck me.
Stripped of the grace of gold shall all meet death in the embrace of Messmer's flame.
We could have got good damage in, but it was just like, I don't know if I mind gamed myself, but I just started playing like a coward. That was quite the attack.
Those stripped of the grace of gold shall all meet death in the embrace of Messmer's flame.
Between me rolling and the enemy tracking, I think he did like a 720-degree spin to hit me with that one combo finisher.
Those stripped of the grace of gold shall all meet death in the embrace of Messmer's flame. Those stripped of the grace of gold
I thought that
shall
was the stab attack.
in the embrace of Messmer's flame.
I thought that was the one where he spins through the air and does the, like, 3 stabs.
Messmer's flame.
Unfortunately, it's very easy for me to get flustered fighting these bosses because there's just so much shit going on. There's so much shit going on and everything is lethal. It's not like there's any, like, harassing attacks.
Of gold shall all be dead in the embrace of Messmer's flame. Of gold shall all be dead in the embrace of Messmer's flame.
And to think, I have 65 physical resistance as far as a percentage, if I'm actually understanding negation right, and 60% fire negation. Imagine if, like, I would actually be getting one shot by literally any attack he did. Roll away, get sniped.
In the embrace of Messmer's flame. Of gold shall all be dead in the embrace of Messmer's flame.
It's quite something. This is like one of those circus performance bosses that they're just doing all these nonsense attacks.
In the embrace of Messmer's flame.
I rolled too early to dodge that crash down, but I would have had to dodge the spears as well.
The grace of gold shall all be dead in the embrace of Messmer's flame.
again.
of gold shall all meet death in the embrace of Messmer's flame.
I don't know if I know the boss has 2 phases. I don't know if I kill the boss and then the phase changes, or if it's at a certain health threshold. Because for no reason he moved all the way that distance away from me. So the lock-on oriented me towards.
Of gold shall all meet death in the embrace of Messmer's flame.
But why is he called the Impaler if the majority of his attacks are just slashes? Just get killed.
In the embrace
Die from full health to a single grab. Like, okay. Granted, the fight was in a horrible state, but I mean, like... what's there to do in a situation like that, where my main source of damage is roadblocked by the boss just deciding to let me do it?
in the embrace of Messmer's flame.
Classic. Yeah, he'll just stand there until I dare to press my flask button, and then he'll immediately jump. It's so cringe.
In the embrace of
Like, it's
Messmer's
legit
flame.
cringe. Like, if I really wanted to have the game read my fucking inputs, I'd fucking play Mortal Kombat 3 or some shit. Really. Dodge the first hit. Got hit by the more telegraphed one. You'd think the boss grab attack would be
The grace of gold
easier
shall
to punish.
death. In the embrace
Like the
of
thing that can
Messmer's
kill you in
flame.
a single hit, you'd think would have some like actual penalty to the boss missing. But I guess then you would just fish for that attack. That's an accident. Now I know he can do that twice. Okay, so it is a certain health threshold. You're actually close to the phase transition multiple times.
I will not suffer. A lord devoid of light. No, mother. Forgive me.
How's he gonna take his eye out and eat it?
soon tarnished. Wilt thou be taken in the jaws of the abyssal serpent, shorn of light?
Punch into it like a dickhead. Oh.
Lifeless creature, embrace thine oblivion, as shall I.
Well, progress. Fucked up my chance to do damage.
Those stripped of the grace of gold shall all meet death in the embrace of Messmer's.
For some reason, I just didn't use Ghost Flame Ignition like I did the last like 50 attempts. So we attacked, and not only did we miss the first hit, I think, but we wasted time. That has some weird ass tracking, so. Like that has some weird ass tracking. Worst timing I've ever seen for that bullshit to happen.
embrace thine oblivion, as shall I.
First time seeing that attack. Only if we didn't enter the second phase in such a chaotic manner, we might have done better.
Of gold shall all meet death in the embrace of Messmer's flame. In the embrace of Messmer's flame.
A disorienting camera and a boss that flies around like a fucking... It's just some weird ass shit, man.
In the embrace of Messmer's flame.
Like, at least this boss, aside from the bullshit where he threw like fucking 100 world serpents at me, his attacks don't feel bullshit. The aggression's a little cringe, but I mean, that's this game in a nutshell. I mean, that's not anything new to the DLC.
Of gold shall all meet death. In the embrace.
I think I got hit a
of
total of like
Messmer's
4
flame.
times, and 3 of them were me dodging early. It's so, like, it's so obnoxious. It's weird that that has become an attack that's easier for me to dodge than some of his less fancy bullshits. This thing's tracking is insane though. That stupid orb. Didn't think you would hit me from behind,
In the
so I didn't roll.
of Messmer's flame.
The attack with the erupting spears has become easier for me to dodge when I realize that I just wait. I wait for him to his action. Because it'll always be like, oh well, he's flying through the air, so that I need to get better at dodging though. I need to stay close to him.
Death in the embrace of Messmer's.
I keep. I'm so used to the other Souls games where getting away from the boss is usually a good idea unless it's obviously a ranged boss. That everything in this game having like some aftershock or some enormous sleeping attack, I got hit 'cause I was talking, just makes it cringe because it's like it's just counterintuitive to everything the rest of the franchise has been about for the most part. That shouldn't have hit me.
In the embrace of Messmer's.
That last, like, everything else okay. That last hit, nah, that was bullshit. Fucking dude spinning around. Like, he must have, like, leather for soles, since he's barefoot. He's spinning around on this gravel like it's a fucking sheet of ice. Wish that was just a little bit faster, but... That also shouldn't have been there.
Restricted to grace of gold shall all meet death in the embrace of Messmer's flame.
I hate grab attacks in all Souls games because it always feels like you get sucked into them. Like you'll dodge and then like it'll touch your foot, so you just get sucked into the entire thing. That's not unique to this game, so I can't just say that the game sucks like normal. Got me that time.
grace of gold channel death in the embrace of Messmer's flame.
Sometimes I feel like my brain is on a wavelength that I'm aware of it, like the tempo in my head that I'm aware of it, but I have no knowledge of how to actually correct it, like consciously.
Embrace thine oblivion, as shall I.
I do need to get to the second phase in a better mental state, though. But his attacks, aside from that weird shit with the snakes, are pretty much identical.
In the embrace of Messmer's flame.
Unfathomable cringe.
Of gold channel death in the embrace of Messmer's flame.
It's okay.
We're okay.
Those stripped of
Fuck
the
me.
grace of gold shall all meet death in the embrace of Messmer's flame.
Apparently you can parry Messmer, but I would need a different weapon to do that anyway.
Grace of gold shall all meet death in the embrace of Messmer's flame.
That one attack where in that combo where he shoots out the wave of fire, I think is stupid, but I psych myself out trying to dodge that, and then I get hit by the final attack and die for it. The fact that he can run that whole distance and grab me in the animation that it takes to chug a single charge of my flask is outrageous. Because it's not like it was point blank when he did it. If not for the grab, we would have made it to phase 2, so, okay. One random time that doesn't work.
The first time in like any any amount of attempts, I lost count since we started, that we actually knocked him down. I have no idea how. I don't know what I did differently. Unless I was just teetering on the edge of that the entire time. Right. Now my timing is just fucked up for the easy to avoid hit.
Restricted the grace of gold shall all meet death. In the embrace of Messmer's flame.
Yeah, did the exact same thing, but that time I didn't take damage. Thought that would hit.
Restricted the grace of gold shall all meet death. In
The camera is
embrace of
doing so much
Messmer's
work for the boss. I keep getting hit by that because I just lose track of because the camera doesn't actually follow the boss despite being locked onto him. So I'll see his foot and nothing else before he comes crashing down on me.
restricted the grace of gold shall all meet death.
That's my fault.
In the embrace of Messmer's flame.
He didn't do the finishing blow like 5 times in a row, so I'm like, well, maybe I did something right to manipulate it. No, it's just nonsense. And the both times I expect it, he doesn't do it.
grace of gold channel me death. In the embrace of Messmer's flame.
Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I have to dodge into him.
In the embrace of Messmer's flame.
Unfortunately, I don't know exactly what attack triggers it by, like, just a glance.
Those stripped of the grace of gold channel death. In the embrace of Messmer's
I really hate that flame attack where he conjures the orb because the tracking, it'll do, like... There have been times that I've seen him do it and ran at him, and it will turn all the way around to hit me. Which is why every time I see it, I back up. Okay. Just trolling at this point, game. I fucked that up tremendously. I wish that attack wasn't like near impossible to dodge from a medium distance.
those stripped of the grace of
That
gold channel
combustion
death.
look-alike
In the
from
embrace of
Dark Souls,
Messmer's flame.
where he just like throws dust, he throws pocket sand at me. That has a delayed hit from the look of it, which is also cringe. But That was really just an unlucky series of attacks. It started good where he was like dodging a lot of my weapon arts. I need to stop talking while I'm playing.
In the embrace of Messmer's
There was a
flame.
number of times where I used my weapon art and he dodged, which is actually the perfect situation because it gives me a second to actually cast the second part that leaves the trail of fire. And then like it just kind of went to shit when he got near the phase shift. I don't think that hit me, game, but okay. He was looking in like a different direction altogether, but whatever.
Shadow death in the embrace of Messmer's flame.
If I didn't greed for damage there, we would have probably gotten to the second phase. Like, we dodged the attack, but then still get fucking hit anyway. That's why I don't take the game serious.
In the embrace.
And that's one of the many reasons why I flame the game as hard as I do, because it's like... You'll dodge an attack, but then they'll turn 45 degrees, and then like you'll still touch the edge of the hitbox and take full damage. It's like just, the game just cheats. Like that. There's no reason why that hits. Every single time I get hit by that, it's just because the fucking game is like, well, you rolled but it actually didn't move anywhere, or, well, you rolled but the boss did like a 90-degree turn and you got hit anyway.
grace of gold shall all meet
Once
death.
again, a 90-degree
In the
turn to hit me.
embrace of Messmer's
I mean, I got hit by
flame.
those attacks like an asshole, but like, still, the fact that the finishing blow is just he does an entire fucking spin. It's the fact that if it's not the boss doing a 180-degree spin to fucking clip me with an attack, I'm getting double hit by individual attacks. It's outrageous. People like this shit, apparently. Like, are we sure that, like, the hype about Elden Ring wasn't just, like, an elaborate 4chan psyop to trick people into thinking it was good?
Those stripped of the grace of gold shall all meet death. In the embrace of Messmer's flame.
Literally died to that one grab. It's... And I have, like, 40 vigor. So it's not like my health is low, technically speaking. I mean, if I didn't put any points into mind, I guess, yeah, I could have more health, but...
Of gold shall all meet death. In the embrace of Messmer's flame.
Because, like, the base game's annoying enough, and then this is just like, well, what if we made sure the players had even less fun? What if we made fights where you die so many times that even beating it doesn't feel good? Yes, stop getting hit by the telegraph attacks.
Stripped of the grace of gold shall all meet death. In the embrace Messmer's flame.
I really do hate how it feels like unless you're fine with a fight taking an hour long for in a single attempt, it feels very much like everything in this game is just like, well, I'm coin flipping if the boss is gonna punish me or not.
Channel meet death in the embrace.
And the funny thing about that
Messmer's
combustion, that fucking sand thing he throws, I even rolled into where it began and I still took damage from the lingering effect.
of gold channel meet death in the embrace of Messmer's flame.
Blah, 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 blah.
Of gold channel death in the embrace of Messmer's flame.
I guess that one attack is like my kryptonite because it seems like every time he uses it, I get hit. Like like if he doesn't dash away when I'm using the Ghost Flame Ignition, it's pretty much guaranteed I'm going to get hit, and I'm okay with that. But like some of the attacks like that, I should dodge 100% of the time. Up.
Restricted the grace of gold channel death.
I thought that was the end, so I went to heal. Like sometimes he'll use that attack where he flies through the air and like keeps thrusting his spear at me. Like a lot. And then it's like the last few attempts, it's like he'll use it maybe once a fight. That's like the one attack I can dodge the easiest. Sometimes that hits me and I don't know why. But the rest of it is very easy for me to dodge now. Got the frostbite at least. So fucking bullshit, man. That would have gotten us to the second phase if I didn't have to heal.
Whatever. Of gold shall all meet death in the embrace of Messmer's flame.
Ironically, the boss is actually vulnerable, especially to frostbite. So this is one of the fights that I should actually do well. As far as damage, anyway. But then that horseshit happens.
In the embrace of Messmer's flame.
I genuinely feel like that attack, where he just flips around and does the slam without stabbing anything, I feel like that's harder to dodge because I can take damage from him jumping into the air, and then he just does the attack behind me, so...
Like, it seems genuinely impossible to dodge
In
unless
the
I
embrace of
am close enough
Messmer's
to him when he
flame.
jumps, or I perfect frame dodge and just he misses both of the hits. That's what's so fucking annoying about it. Is it's like the game genuinely expects you to somehow know like the exact hitboxes of everything that does at every fucking attack. I didn't even dodge that time.
Those stripped of the grace of gold shall all meet death in the embrace of Messmer's flame.
I think I get hit by the telegraph attacks, and because I know that they're easy to dodge, it fucking puts me on tilt. Because I just like I just notice it every time that happens. I start playing worse. Yep, dodge that attack, still get hit.
Stripped of the grace
Fucking
of gold shall all meet death in the embrace of Messmer's flame.
like I genuinely hope people lost their jobs over this game, but that's me just coping because I know there are Reddit users that actually enjoy this shit. That enjoy the masochism of having everything go to shit, and there's nothing you can do about it. Yep. That time I did have the roll okay, but
Those stripped of the grace of gold shall all meet death in the embrace of Messmer's
the
flame.
game has other ideas. I do sometimes wonder though if the reason the tracking in the original Souls games was better just because the hardware didn't enable them to do the bullshit they do in this.
Those stripped of the grace of gold shall all meet death
Timing was off
in
on
the
everything.
embrace of Messmer's flame. grace of gold shall all meet death in the embrace of Messmer's flame.
Forgot about that for a second. Okay then.
This creature, embrace thine oblivion, as shall I.
Been so long since we made it to the second phase that I forgot how to dodge, I guess. It's getting old.
creature, embrace thine oblivion, as shall I.
Well, started good. If they didn't do that attack, I could have probably won. But it is what it is. I was so busy trying to get the damage. Ouchie. Well, that's bad.
Lifeless creature, embrace thine oblivion, as shall I.
I mean, we're getting closer. Maybe using Ghost Flame Ignition at the start here wouldn't be the worst thing, like before he even lands.
Of gold channel death in the embrace of Messmer's flame.
I think one hit would have stunned him. Because that was actually looking really good.
Of gold channel death in the embrace of Messmer's flame.
earned that.
Embrace thine oblivion, as shall I.
It felt like the last time it took longer for the snake to crash down. Maybe I'm just coping at this point.
So restrictive the grace of gold shadow.
Works sometimes, doesn't work others.
In the embrace of Messmer's flame.
This time I'm gonna try. Doing this. I got hit anyway. Okay, you can stop doing that one fucking attack. It's getting cringe.
So restrictive the
I need
grace
to
of
dodge
gold
into him.
shadow meet death.
That was
In
my
the
mistake.
embrace of Messmer's flame.
Like literally just alternating between aerial attacks. With like no downtime. It's just no fun it has had at any stage.
O lightless creature, embrace thine oblivion, as shall I.
Obviously me not dodging was the problem, but if he did any other attack there, he would have ended up standing in that and burning to death.
Embrace thine oblivion, as shall I.
So either there's some phantom hitbox on that attack, or when the spheres come up, there's a second explosion. Oh my god!
Embrace thine
I thought that was the
oblivion, as
other
shall
aerial
I.
attack. So I didn't dodge the second time looking for the stab. I think I have it down as far as my mental state, what I need to do. But it does definitely determine on how cooperative the boss is. Like, this fight's bricked, in my opinion. Like, this specific fight, not like the fight in general. Because I needed, well, didn't need technically, but I should have been able to get this knockdown. So we took a whole bunch of damage that we didn't need to.
nature. Embrace thine oblivion, as shall I.
Honestly, if the first half of the fight didn't go so horribly, we could have maybe won. My problem was I just ran out of flasks. I was pretty sure I only needed one hit. Okay, so don't dodge with him, that's a mistake. Shitbird.
America, a curse upon thee.
Didn't expect weak foe, yeah, true. As far as deaths were concerned, easier than the Scatter Tree Avatar. So, I'm assuming that was a key item that we got. Yes. Burns the ceiling tree. Oh, okay. So now I can go through that one spot that was covered by shadow vines. Okay. If I understand that correctly, that means I can go to what I'm assuming to be the end game. But I should probably get the other scatter tree fragments. So, it is what it is. I don't really think I have time to do anything besides wander around, so I'm just gonna stop a little bit early. So thank you guys for stopping by. You guys, the views, hosts, follows, everything. You guys are awesome. Messmer down at least. I mean, I went into the stream not even thinking I was gonna be Commander Gaius, so it's what it is. I'll be back again tomorrow, same time. So until then, hope you guys all have a good one. Take care.